So in the latest versions of Oracle Jet, you would notice some core components that are part of the core pack. Those are basically replacement components for other components. So for example, there's a new select single, there's a new select multiple, and they're replacing the old ones. They provide better performance for your application. In a lot of cases, they also provide additional functionality. Just as an example, if we look at the old select menu, the way that it worked, you would open it and you will select a value and it would be added over here one by one. If you compare this, for example, to the new select multiple, you can actually select multiple things, deselect, and work in this way. You also have an indication of how many records you selected. So those components usually have the C over here in their name, indicating they are part of the core, and you can actually now use them in Visual Builder. So if you're in Visual Builder and you scroll all the way to the end, you would see under Early Access a bunch of those components, and you can just drag and drop them into the page and use them. Now, the reason that they are Early Access is because right now they are not supporting theming, but if you're using the Redwood look and feel free to use them as they are. So let's pick up this component, for example, and let's populate it. So this component, for example, if we want to show here a list of employees and allow you to select from them, the first thing we need to do is get this list of employees. And so to do that, we're going to create a new type from an endpoint that gets us an employee. Okay, so let's say we are interested in the name and the ID. Okay, so this is our employee type, and then we can go over and create a new variable, and we'll call it, for example, my ADP. This would be an array data provider, and the type of this array data provider is going to be this type that we just created, the employee type, with the ID as the key attribute. So now we have a variable that can host our data. Next thing we want to do is we want to create an event in our page, the enter event, for example, where we're going to get this list of employees and populate this variable. So we're going to call a REST service. The REST service will get us the list of employees, like that. And then we're going to do an assign variable and into our ADP, specifically into the data part of our ADP. Okay, we're going to bring in the values that were returned from our REST call, and specifically the array of items. So this sets us up so the ADP data has our values. Now if we go back to our page, we have our component here. If you look at the properties for the component, one of the key properties is the data. So the data for our case comes from the ADP. And by the way, you can click here to see that this is indeed needs to be a data provider. And then the other thing you would want is the item text. So what text should we actually show there? You should be showing the name of the employee, like that. So at this stage, if you go into live mode, you get a list of employees and you can select multiple employees, like that. Okay. Now, how do you actually process this list of employees? So if you read the documentation for this component, right, if you go to the API doc, you would see that there's a property for the component called the value, and the value is a set. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to work with this set. So let's go back to our page, and we're going to create a new variable. We'll call this one the selected set, for example, and this is going to be of type any. And then in our page, we can take this component, right, and set the value to be mapped to this variable, to the selected set variable. So now that we got the selected set variable that gets updated every time that we select something, we want to process it. So one thing we can do here is on this variable, okay, there's an event, and we can do something when the value changes. So let's create a new event here, okay, and go to the action chain. And what we want to do here is, first of all, we want to get a little array out of the selected set. So the set is not exactly an array. We need an array in order to loop over it. So we're going to assign variable here, and I'm going to create a selected array variable. This is of type array, right? And we're going to assign to it what is in our selected set. Now, this is again a set, so one thing we can use is we can use a little JavaScript function called array_from, which can convert things into an array. And what we want to convert here is the page variable selected set. So this one over here. Okay. So this gives us a little selected array variable that has an array. So now we can do a for each, for example, over here. The items would be the items in our selected array. And what we want to do here is maybe fire a notification. So for example, we can say selected, and then we want to know the item that was selected. So if we get this little pop-up, we get the item. Okay. So that should be it. If we now go back to our page, go into live mode, and we can select an employee. Okay, we get the ID of the employee that got selected. Okay, if we select multiple employees, if we select, for example, Jane and Steve, and we get all those IDs defined here.